Hey everybody. So I'm going to talk about my biggest challenges in Practicum. And I think one of the biggest challenges that I have compared to what some other people do is a lot of the time that I'm with my client, I'm with them through like a whole day. It's like a whole school day. We're with them from 8 to 4, we're with them all day. And that can be kind of and I feel like it at first was hard because we just never, it's hard for a different few reasons. So one of the reasons why it's hard was initially it was like the challenge of building rapport was a little bit more difficult, just building that rapport with them and then communicating with them, especially when we have to navigate when to do that between what's lesson time and we're supposed to be assisting them, with paying attention in class, following rules and things like that. And so we're with them a lot, but the rapport building is limited, but it's also necessary to establish that rapport to help empathize and establish that needed connection to help them rehabilitate. And so I feel like one of the second challenges is just with the rehabilitation process, because at times the clients will have an incident in the school and we're with them during crisis, and then helping them navigate back on track can kind of be a challenge. And so with how I addressed the rapport building is I just look for opportunities to ask them questions during lunch or recess and try to have that communication, and that's kind of how I address that area. And for the future, for seminar 2, I still think adjusting from crisis to we're back in school mode is probably still I notice that there are times where it's easier and then times where it's definitely more difficult. And so that's actually one leading into my specific area of growth for next semester, is we're talking a lot about red light, green light, yellow light behavior. And so the client is not receptive of suggestions and things like that when they're in a red light zone. This is where they're completely emotionally shut down. There's nothing but resistance, and you just need to allow them space to kind of reflect, and then you read body language or verbal language to see when they're ready to move more into the yellow light and green light zone. And yellow light looks proceed, but do it so caution. If you have a red light, make sure that we're slowing down and we're not pushing, because if you push through a red light, you're always going to crash, is what our practicum, what my AFI says for my practicum. And so green light is go behavior. There's really receptive, you're having great conversations and stuff. And so it's engaging in those stages of change to help and client encourage them into a contemplative mode, and then help lead them into from a red to a green light, or waiting for them to be receptive for that green light behavior where we can talk about the incident, what happened, or better steps to do next time. But if you try to force that when they're in a red light mode or they're completely shut down, it's not going to happen. And so we've had a lot of staff meetings on that lately. And so that's one area specifically that I'd like to work on for the next semester. The biggest highlight in the practicum, I'm going to say, is helping. I've really enjoyed the modeling behavior, so we are really trying to focus with a client that I work with on empathy building skills. And so I will verbalize what I'm feeling when I'm feeling empathy to this person. So I will be I know that if you miss these assignments, or if these assignments stay missing, you can't go to the party, and that will make me sad seeing you sad. And I think that that's been really helpful with behavior modeling and stuff. I've just really noticed that. And it helps my client, and I build rapport because my client knows that I care about his experiences and what he wants to do in school. And so that's what I'd say that my biggest highlight is in the practicum. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to my video, and look forward to seeing you guys all next semester.